Good evening, high school sports fans, and welcome to Appleton East High School, the site for tonight's non-conference girls basketball game between the visiting Bayport Pirates and the host Appleton East Patriots. A very special Saturday edition of USA Today Network Wisconsin's digital live stream. I'm Ricardo Arguello, hanging out as always with Brett Christopherson. Bringing you those high-definition shots is Jim Rosandick. And we're excited to bring you our first girls basketball game of the season. And I think we picked a pretty good one here, but I should say you picked a pretty good one because you're the guy who sets out all the schedules or sets all the schedules up and contacts all the ADs, does all that legwork. Brett, and I know this is one that you had in mind with Bayport being a traditional power, two-time defending state champ, I guess you could call them still. And then Appleton East, one of the favorites coming in Division I to this season with that great junior class. But, hey, I'm excited. You're excited. I think we're going to see ourselves a pretty good game tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. You mentioned Bayport. Really, I guess the reigning.
They have to be called that.
Yeah, because the tournament was scrapped this past spring because of COVID. Bayport winning the state championship in 2019. Also, they made it to the state tournament this past spring. They had a fantastic team again. A little bit of a turnover with coaches and maybe not quite as dominant, but still a stellar program and one to be reckoned with going against an Appleton East team that's still young but very experienced and ranked number 3 in the state in Division I. So I know that there are very high expectations for the Patriots, just as there are for the Pirates. And this is a fun non-conference game. Kudos to both programs for scheduling each other here in December.
I tell you what, Brett, I'm liking the Saturday evening games. It gives us an opportunity, I guess, to showcase more teams in that format because a majority of the teams obviously play Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday games give it a little bit more special feel to it. Maybe the Sunday night football of basketball, if you will.
How come nobody's treating us like Al Michaels and Chris Collins?
Exactly,
I
right?
don't see the red carpet
Where's the
here.
food spread? No, but kudos to Tim Zachow for setting us up here at Appleton East High School. It's nice to be back here doing live streams. Brett, I can't remember the last time we did a couple years ago. I think me and Rosie were here doing a boys game.
And we did a Spash girls game here, I believe, too, in a regional or regional sectional, something like that. That's when Leah Ernest was with us with the Panthers.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, we're ready for this one, Brett. I'll start off with some Appleton East notes here put together again. Brett does a great job putting these all together, and he'll follow that with some Bayport notes. But for Appleton East, Patriots enter tonight's contest, as you said, Brett, third in Division I in the WisSports.net State Coaches Poll, coming off a 58-38 win over Fond du Lac last night, FBA matchup at Fondy. Emily LaChapelle, one of the top players in our area, had another sensational night, finishing with 25 points. Lee Hansford, the sharpshooter, added 9 for Appleton East. They built a 34-17 lead at the half. Overall, LaChapelle leads the Patriots in scoring at 20 points a game. She's shooting 54% and has knocked down 11 3-pointers. By the way, Appleton East comes into tonight's game 5-1 overall, 4-0 in the Fox Valley Association. We talked about LaChapelle leading with 20. Well, Hansford's next at 17 points a game, and her 21 threes are tops in the state in any team, or tops on the team in that department. She may actually finish off as one of the top three-point shooters in the state. But, hey, another double-digit scorer for the Patriots, Sammy Byer, averaging 10.5 points and has hit 14 triples. As a team, Patriots are averaging 68.3 points, allowing 52.3. They're shooting 45% on the season, 41% from three-point range. If you're wondering about that one loss, Brett, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Notre Dame Tritons took them out earlier this season. Next game for Appleton East at Appleton North on Tuesday in an FBA matchup. Tip-off set for 7:30 p.m. Brett, what can you tell me about those Bayport Pirates?
Well, Bayport 1-1 on the season overall and in the conference. We'll talk about this here in a little while as well, but the Pirates have had a couple games wiped from the schedule, unfortunately, and that's just going to be the case as we go through the winter season in the era of COVID. But the Pirates coming off a 40-35 victory over Pulaski. That was Monday. That was a Fox River Classic Conference matchup. Up at Swamico, Bayport High School, Emma Krieger paced Bayport with a game-high 17 points as the Pirates earned their first victory of the season. Jackie Seligowski.
Woo! Say that fast 3 times.
You know, and our friend Chris Learman, the voice of Bayport Radio, he gave me the name pronunciations. I know he's listening tonight or watching as well. So, Chris, I'm doing my best with that name, even with your name pronunciations. But Seligowski.
Wow, Seligowski. Okay.
Yeah. Ellie McDermott and Kyla Hendricks finished with 6 points apiece for Bayport. Overall, Krieger 17 points, per game average leads the Pirates. She did not play in the opener according to the stats that I saw.
Okay.
So just those 17 points on Monday against Pulaski for Emma. Seligowski is next at 11 points as a team. Bayport averaging 39.5 points through 2 games and allowing 47. Up next for the Pirates, they're at Bayport, where we were last night. That's Tuesday in a non-conference matchup. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Yeah, we were up at Bayport, West De Pere High School, streaming the West De Pere and Xavier boys game. That was a fun battle that ended up being won by the Phantoms, 81-75 in a back-and-forth game that wasn't decided until the end. You can check out any of our past live streams last year, this year. I've got them all archived on any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. That includes the Post-Crescent and Green Bay Press-Gazette websites. Just go to the sports section, scroll down until you see the Varsity Game of the Week link, and you can watch a whole bunch of good high school live content.
A lot of expectations for Appleton East. Well, actually, if you look up and down the valley, we have a lot of great high school girls basketball teams, and we'll talk about those during the live cast, I'm sure. But, when you look at Appleton East, and I know they had a tough loss against Notre Dame, but Notre Dame is no slouch. We were talking about them earlier, Brett, I know when we saw that score come across, but Notre Dame has Samuel Pichka, the standout for them. They also have a few other college recruits on that roster. That's a team that can take anybody to the limit, and they're Division II. In girls basketball, in my opinion, there's less of a difference between the 3 divisions, if I may. For many years, you would say Beaver Dam, the Division II team, might have been the best team in state. Last year, you might have thought Aquinas was perhaps the best team in the state. They had 3 Division I girls on that team. Maybe Hortonville. You're right. Hortonville had a couple Division I girls. So I think with girls basketball, I think there's less of a separation of the divisions, in my opinion, Brett, when you're looking at Division I, Division II, Division III. So not a big surprise that Notre Dame was able to get that victory. But I think this Appleton East team, Brett, you said they were young. Their core class is that junior class with Hansford and La Chapelle leading the way, and that is going to be something to watch. Their maturation throughout the season and then heading into next season. They're going to have a huge target on their back. In my opinion, they have the roster to really make a long run in Division I. But I say that, of course, knowing that Kimberly's right there, and they're having a sensational start to the season, Brett.
They are.
Both the girls and the boys.
Yeah, we're going to see the Kimberly girls and boys next week. The girls taking on Kaukauna, which is off to a great start and state ranked as well. That's a Tuesday night game. And then we're going to follow that up going back to Jack Whippet Court for the big Kimberly Neenah boys showdown next Friday night. I was looking at our friend Norbert Durst to WisSports.net. He has his predicted order of finish in the FBA. Appleton East 1, Kimberly 2, Hortonville 3, Kaukauna 4. All of those teams state ranked. And don't forget about the Rockets. Neenah, they're off to a great start with their freshman, Allie Zabel.
Yes, but they also have a couple good seniors as well, Brett. That's a team no one talks about.
Yeah,
I know Coach Brownell, maybe he likes it that way. Gives the girls a little chip on their shoulder. No one's talking about us. We're flying under the radar while everyone talks about, Kimberly, Hortonville, and Appleton East and Kaukauna. But I think we talk about those 4 teams, Brett, because there's a good reason why you mentioned they're state ranked. They all have standout 1,000-point scorer type of players as well.
Well, you look at Allie Zabel, freshman for Neenah, already putting up big points. She already has Division I offers from Green Bay, Illinois State, Minnesota, and the University of St. Thomas, which is transitioning to Division I. Just a freshman. So that's a deep, deep conference when you go in that 5 deep that can all make some noise with some very good state-level type talent.
Yeah, and so what's interesting, Brett, is just a couple years ago, Appleton North was ruling the conference. Right now they're struggling a little bit of a downturn there for the Lightning. But you talked about those 5 teams, Brett. This is going to be a wild ride to the end. I'm expecting some fantastic matchups there as we're determining who's going to win the FVA. Are we going to have a co-champ, a tri-champ? Who knows how it's going to end up, but I'll tell you this much. When you have Appleton East, and then you have Neenah, and then you have Kimberly, that's 3 great Division I teams. Kaukana's a Division II team.
Yeah.
Interesting to watch how that's going to play out. You know me, Brett. I'd love to see as many teams pop on through the state.
And Hortonville Division II team
as
well.
as well.
And then you look at the Fox River Classic Conference. Norbert Durst has a predicted order finish. Notre Dame 1, De Pere 2, Pulaski 3, and then Bayport 4.
Yeah,
so again, a little bit of a transition for the Pirates. A new coach, a new familiar face, though. Dennis Gladwell, an assistant under Katie Coleman. Of course, Katie Coleman stepped down shortly before the season tipped off. But Dennis obviously brings a familiarity. But still, you lost a lot of good players from those state tournament teams as well, some really high-impact players.
It's going to be, Bayport. I don't even want to say rebuilding. You would think that the program's too strong. It's just a little bit of a reload, a little bit of a downturn. Don't expect that to last. We don't know what's going to happen with Katie Coleman. I think she left it out open, to come back. I think some of these coaches, actually, we've seen a couple coaches. I know up in Wrightstown, Froke, took off this year because of the COVID-19 concerns. He actually told me to my, basically on the phone, I might come back. This is just it might be just a one-year thing.
By the way, Chris Learman sent me a tweet. The name will come, Jackie Seligowski, so he promises that I'm going to get it. And that Emma Krieger played her first game on Tuesday. She had hip surgery this summer, so just those 17 points. And she's a good player for the Pirates. So when she gets kind of settled in, they're going to be more impactful when it comes to scoring. But first, our national anthem before we get to the tip. Of course, Ricardo, I misspoke. There is no tip in high school basketball.
Yes, still getting used to that, BC.
Yes, there is no tip-off. It's just side out, and that's how we'll get going. But Appleton East 5-1 overall, 4-0 in the FVA. Bayport 1-1, both overall and in the FRCC.
Looking at the Bayport starting lineups, and Brett, I might have to Seligowski, is that how you say it?
Seligowski.
And also starting for Bayport, Emma Krieger, number 14, Kyla Hendricks, number 25, Sophie Vandeyacht, and number 34, Caitlin Fisher. Again, Dennis Gladwell is the coach, and that's your starting lineup for Bayport as we look for Appleton East. And the Patriots, coached by Joe LaChapelle, one of our good friends, good guy, as we see Lily Hansford being announced. And we talk about Emily LaChapelle, and there's her getting announced as well. Those two are the main headliners, I guess, if you want to call it that, but there's a lot of great players, especially Delaney Clark. She's also, I think, a Division II recruit.
I believe that's Wayne State.
Yeah. And then Josie Neubauer and number 42, Logan Lowry. So that's the starting lineup for Appleton East.
Looking forward to this one. Again, appreciate folks watching live tonight on both postcrescent.com, greenbaypressgazette.com, both Facebook pages, and our YouTube channel, YouTube, USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube, so you can just Google that, look for a whole bunch of good content, not just sports, but news side. We're all over the place, Ricardo.
Yep.
And by the way, give it up to our guy, Rosie.
Jim Rosandick.
Another good job of setting things up for us.
Could not do this without our man, Rosie. You were in the Padres cap again, Rosie? There you go.
Bayport starting with the basketball. We are underway at a very quiet Appleton East High School gym. Ricardo, again, the second night in a row we're streaming a game with no fans. Appleton schools opting not to have fans, at least initially here. Hopefully that will ease up and we can get a few fans in here. That was the same deal last night at West Appear High School. No fans in that gym as well. LaChapelle, I believe, who has the ball, got her mitt on that, maybe distorted the shot here as the Patriots now first offensive possession. I thought LaChapelle was going to take it. Instead, she kicks it out at the top. Yep. Look at that offensive rebound and putback. Josie Neubauer with the first basket of the game.
Again, Brett, I really kind of like the setup here that we have. I mean, this kind of side. I know Rosie has it full court, but we have kind of like a little bit of a angled look here on one of the edges of the court.
Yep, up at the balcony.
I like it.
That's usually how Tim Zackow sets up media off at the corners. And a lot different this year is there's a turnover, and Logan Lowry has the ball now bringing it up. But a lot easier to set up when there's no fans. But I miss the fans.
I do too.
I miss the energy. How about that? Delaney Clark with a triple.
A lot of offensive options for Appleton East. And Clark, one of only 2 seniors on the team, Brett.
That's crazy. Again, they're really good now, but just imagine when they're all seniors. We'll see how it happens in the course of this year. There looks like almost a turnover. Good job by the Pirates just to keep it. Wow. Save it. And that's Seligowski with the triple.
You're going to get that eventually,
Brett.
And
I'm from Stevens Point with a lot of ski names. That should be rolling off my tongue, but I'm having a hard time with that.
And Delaney's shot no good. Clark for Appleton East as Bayport takes control. 15:40 left here in the first half. 5-3 lead for Appleton East. Bayport again coming in 1-1 on the season. There's a 3-point shot attempt, no good. LaChapelle with the rebound. She's going to take it. Oh, stops a little bit, but there's going to be a foul called. And it's not a foul. It's a traveling violation, so that's a turnover for Appleton East. Bayport will take control. Just underway here at Appleton East High School. Thank you so much for checking in. 5-3 lead for Appleton East. Patriots ranked number 3 in Division I with Sports.net poll. 5-1 on the season are the Patriots, and that's a travel. So a turnover for Bayport. A little bit of a rough beginning for both squads here. We're under 15 minutes left here in the first half. LaChapelle, so talented. She can bring the ball up. She can play underneath. She can hit it from the wing. Really versatile player. But you know what? Appleton East has more than just one versatile player. A lot of the girls can play different positions, as Neubauer with that 3-point attempt, no good. The rebound by Hendricks. Zeligowski with the foul, and that means possession will change hands with Appleton East now under the basket. Clark to LaChapelle. Kicks it outside. There's Hansford. Watch out for her. She can get hot in a hurry. Shot no good. Rebound by Fisher, and look at Bayport pushing the tempo. Rims out. Hansford with the rebound. And here we go, a little quicker tempo now. Delaney Clark. Hansford on the wing. Shot up. Rims out. Rebound by Krieger. Bayport down 5-3. And we're going to have a travel again. That's the third turnover for Bayport. And we're barely a couple minutes into the game, so something to watch here as these unforced errors on the Pirates. A 5-3 lead for Appleton East. Neubauer over to LaChapelle. Ooh, quick first step. LaChapelle's shot rims out. Both teams a little cold from the field. Hendricks with the rebound. That 3-point attempt no good. as that ball goes out of bounds. Possession goes over to Appleton East. 13-18 left here in the first half. Thank you again for checking in to tonight's non-conference game. Now, it's a big one. Appleton East and Bayport only separated by about 30 to 35 minutes in terms of travel time, but Bayport, as we talked about earlier, you can I guess legitimately call them the two-time defending state champ. There was no state champ in D1 last year. As Appleton East has designs on making it to the state tournament, as that's a three-point basket by La Chapelle. 8-3 lead as La Chapelle and Clark both have three-pointers for Appleton East early in this one. There's a three-point attempt, and that's good. That's Krieger. So 4 of the 5 made field goals in this game have been triples. Here's La Chapelle as they're swinging it around. That three-pointer is good. Cardi with the three-point basket. So now that's 5 of 6. It's Kellen Kennedy, on that three-point attempt, or three-point made basket. She also picks up the first foul. 11-6 lead for Appleton East. A lot of long three-point shooting going on so far. Basket inside, and that's going to be another turnover for Bayport. Folks, that's their 4th of the half. Again, that was a little bit of an unforced error. There wasn't a whole lot of pressure being put on, just not being able to secure that pass, as that's a three-point basket by Delaney Clark. And Bayport wants a timeout, and Clark, that was her second three-point attempt of the game. And again, now we have 6 of the 7 field goals are three-point baskets, as Appleton East has opened up a 14-6 lead. The Patriots really, really hurting Bayport from downtown. Delaney Clark with a couple. You talked about Kennedy having a three-point basket, and then of course, Emily La Chapelle. Thank you again for tuning in. USA Today Network Wisconsin, the digital live stream team. This is Ricardo Arguello hanging out with Brett Christopherson. Had to step away for a second here, but we got Jim Rosandick over there. Love the Padres hat, Rosie. It's the classic Padres with the yellow and the brown, the Tony Gwynn style, right, Rosie? Thinking of warmer days, as we got some snow yesterday. But I guess December 11th is about the time you expect some snow. Road's a little slippery getting over here. Now, Rosie, I will say, I have to be clear, Appleton East, my son is 12 years old. He will be going to Appleton East. But I will not show any bias. So the Patriots are in the high school. Appleton East High School is technically my home high school here. As we begin play again, 14-6 lead for Appleton East. Sorry about our scoreboard there is a little off. Brett usually updates that, so the score is not 5-3. It's 14-6. Bayport. Krieger. Vendiad then inside to Krieger, and we have a traveling. That's the 5th turnover for Bayport. La Chapelle. She has a three-pointer on the evening. Look at that quick move inside. Ball rims out, though. Krieger with the rebound for Bayport. So here are the Pirates. Again, another travel. 6th turnover. And that's got to be frustrating for Coach Gladwell to see his team commit 6 turnovers to start, as we're not even at the halfway point of the first half. Again, please don't pay attention to that scoreboard that we have on our graphic. That's not correct. It's actually 14-6 for Appleton East as Hansford drives to the basket. My apologies. That's Lowry. So she'll be to the line to shoot 2. Simpkins with the foul for Bayport. As Brett returns, 14-6 is our score. Brett, Appleton East up 14-6.
Sorry, Ricardo had a step away.
That's fine.
I can actually explain once we get a little break in the
action. That's fine, as that basket's up and no good. As we have a foul.
Who took a timeout? I suppose Bayport did?
Yes.
Sorry, folks. Sometimes duty calls.
15-6 now for Appleton East. Brett, you missed a bunch of flurry of three-pointers.
I see that.
And 6 of the 7 field goals have been three-point shots.
Well, you have to fill me in here in a little bit.
Yes, I will.
But 16-6 lead for the Patriots here. I'm sure Chris Learman's he's watching saying, what in the heck is going on with that production? But, hey, Ricardo, I know you can fill in. Rosie and I have had to do it from time to time when you do become wrestling boy.
You love calling me wrestling boy.
Yes.
Hansford's 3 no good. Rebound. Nice rebound. Oh, not able to corral that, though. Its possession goes to Bayport. As Beyer not able to get that rebound. Brett, yeah, just tell me what you need. Was it 8-3? 5-3 is when you stepped out.
I'm just kind of looking for some scoring. I see looks like Clark has a couple triples maybe.
Yes. Remember, all the field goals are three-pointers except for the first field goal except for Neubauer's, as that one's in now. McDermott with the shot for Bayport as
the first bucket.
Hansford not able to get that one to fall. And another travel. That is the 7th turnover for Bayport, Brett. I can rattle off the scoring, Brett, if you'd like me to.
Yeah, if you got the Appleton East individual scoring right now.
Okay, so we have a made basket is that Neubauer at 40. And
got
then Delaney Clark with a 3.
Mm-hmm.
We have LaChapelle with a 3. Kennedy, 32, with a 3.
Got it.
And then Clark with another 3.
Got it.
And then a pair of free throws by Neubauer, it appears.
That's looks good to me.
And then for Bayport.
I got all their scoring.
Okay, good. All right.
Yep.
So that's a turnover for Appleton East. But, Brett, a very, very sloppy game. Obviously when you have 9 turnovers total, but 7 by Bayport, Pirates not able to find any kind of I wouldn't say chemistry, but rhythm, I guess, on offense. A lot of those errors, by the way, unforced.
Yeah, but only down 8, so 7 turnovers very early in this game. And here's a nice leaner. Wow,
Nice.
Good shot. McDermott again. So now down 6, Ricardo, with all those turnovers. So Pirates very much in it. Like you said, they're not going to wilt. I mean, this is a program that's got a lot of pride, and they've been in a ton of big games. And there's a missed shot and a rebound. Oh, nope. She stepped on the baseline. I believe that was Molly Krieger with the rebound off the Logan Lowry miss.
Well, just a little bit over 9 minutes left here in the first half. But, we're talking about 9 turnovers in the game. Made for a bit of a stop-and-go kind of thing going on as we have a shot attempt. What happened there?
Now the ball's stuck.
Okay.
The ball is stuck. Rosie, go down and get that.
Yeah, Rosie, use your hops, man.
Well, that gives us a little bit of a break. As you can see, the athletic director, Tim Zacco, he's gonna open up the door. He's got to get something to go get it down. But I had to leave quick, everybody, because my youngest son, he's right now in basic military training down in San Antonio. And they can call it any time.
Right.
And I saw it go off, and I'm sorry. I got to go run because I haven't talked to him since we took him 2 weeks ago. So he's down in San Antonio. Things, as you can imagine, for the most part, going pretty good. So I apologize, but, I got.
And then they only give him a couple minutes to talk, right?
He was actually, today he had 15 minutes. So I told him, I said, I'm at a game right now. We talked for a little bit, and I said, now you got to call your mom quick while you still have some time. So
I hope he's in good spirits.
He's in actually very good spirits. He said the worst part is now over, the first couple weeks for the most part. And I'm just so darn proud of what he's doing. So that's why I got to be a dad at that point, because you just never know when that phone call is when he's gonna be available for a phone call. So I appreciate you filling in for me while.
Well, I did the best I could, but glad to have you back, and I'm glad that Connor's doing great down in Texas, Brett.
He's San Antonio Spurs. I'm a huge Spurs fan. I just wish we could go down there and I could. There's the travel.
Brett, 8
turnovers for the Pirates.
8 turnovers. I want to say 5 have been traveling calls.
Shuffling the feet a little bit. But again, 6-point game, well within striking distance. As La Chapelle, we'll have to talk about all the Division I offers she has, and same with Lily Hansford. Whole bunch. Well, you look it up and down that FVA. We'll talk about that at halftime too, looking at some of the stuff that Norbert Durst has. Nice bounce pass from La Chapelle. Just couldn't get the fall. That was golden. But so much college level talent on the girls' side. We were talking about it in last night's stream, Ricardo, how much we've got as far as, look at that deep three. That's Kyla Hendricks with a triple, and now Appleton East going to have to burn a timeout.
Yeah, Hendricks pulls them within a possession, Brett, and you really got to give Bayport credit. Again, we talked about their 8 turnovers, but now they're down only 3.
But I was going to say, there's some good basketball in the Valley here in the Appleton area, up in Green Bay, and we are going to have.
Well, even down to Laconia and Waupun in Division III, Brett, in the girls' side.
It's going to be very difficult for me to try to fill out schedules sometimes because there's going to be multiple games, and I don't think Rosie's wife is going to allow him to stream 5 games a week.
Brett,
I don't think that's going to be a possibility.
No.
Nor will my wife probably either. So, but we're going to try. We try to get as many as we can in tonight. Or this week, and as I said, we got 2 nice games coming up next week that takes us into the holiday break. But then I want to hit the ground running right out of the chute. So let's stream as many of these basketball games as we can because we are going to be blessed with a ton of talent. And now we saw one of the talented players right there, Ricardo, La Chapelle, with 5 now for the Patriots. Nice little play out of the timeout.
Yeah, they needed that because that was at that point a 7-0 run by Bayport. Snapped that streak. And, Brett, you're not going to believe it, another traveling. And Coach Gladwell's a little beside himself. I don't know, Brett, that's a little unusual. 6 traveling calls. Is that maybe the official just calling it extremely close? But then that's something you got to adjust to. That's something that will not show up in the box score, Brett, adjusting to an official's tendencies.
Yeah, that's a good point, Ricardo. See how the officials are calling it and adjust.
Stolen by Bayport, up, not being able to finish, however.
Yeah, Vandiat had a pretty good look on that layup, just maybe got a little too under the basket as she went up with her left hand, but couldn't get it to convert off that turnover.
Yeah, Delaney Clark with that rebound as La Chapelle. 3-point attempt, no good. Boy, Appleton East likes to take those threes. As Bayport now, under 7 minutes left here in the first half. That shot falls short, and that's La Chapelle with the rebound. Pushing the tempo, La Chapelle.
Wow, almost gets it to fall.
I like how she's fearless, just takes it right up there. So McDermott with the foul for Bayport as La Chapelle tries to make this a 7-point lead. That won't happen as she misses her first.
I talked to her father, Coach Joe La Chapelle, when we were coming and setting up, and he just said, just not playing where I want, kind of where he wants them to be. It's early, but he kind of made a good point. You know, the Appleton School District having virtual learning, these kids really not in school right now. So there's an adjustment, just kind of getting used to everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure by the end of the season, they're going to be playing exactly how he wants, and they're going to be tough.
Brett, that's a good point that some of the schools have that disadvantage and other schools are able to have in-class learning. Is that shot's up and no good?
I think that's going to be
there's a foul, yeah.
Falls on number 40, Josie Neubauer. That is her first personal foul, second team foul.
So at the line is Caitlin Fisher, a 6'1" junior center, and hits the first. And there's the second. So again, we've kind of harped on it. Despite all the turnovers, it's just a 4-point game. With La Chapelle. Kicks it out to Clark. Ooh, rims out. Nice rebound. Oh, look at this. Tough shot, Ricardo.
Wow.
Logan Lowry. Fearless going to the glass.
What I really like about Appleton East is they got a lot of length. There's a lot of athleticism at every position. Lowry. Free throw, rims in.
Gets the 3-point play.
So that lead up to 7 points for Appleton East.
Look at Emily LaChapelle, though, for the Patriots, Ricardo. Divisional offers right now from Belmont, Green Bay, Illinois State, Iowa State, Kansas State, Marquette, Minnesota, Milwaukee, Utah, Wisconsin, and Xavier.
That all? That all?
Is that it? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Emily. You can do a little bit better than that.
Nice save there by LaChapelle, and that's another turnover for Bayport, the 10th of the half.
She's going to take it.
Yeah,
you got to get on her.
Look at that rebound, though, Brett.
Yeah, Josie Neubauer. And another possession. Deep three for Clark. Rims out. Good looks. And what were they going to call here? Who's going to get the whistle?
It does go to Bayport, but well, Lowry would say that was a physical play there, attempting to go for that rebound.
But not to be outdone, Lily Hansford, D1 offers from Cleveland State, Colorado, Florida International, Green Bay, Illinois, Kansas State, Marquette, Oregon State, Pennsylvania, Providence, Richmond, St. Louis, and University of St. Thomas, and Utah.
Okay.
I'm just about out of breath. Oh, to be that talented.
To have those kind of options.
I was just happy that I could be a student at UW-Stevens Point.
Is that going to be another travel?
Yep.
And another travel. 11th turnover for the Pirates. Well, Brett, I mean, some of those are legit calls, I guess, if you could call them that. That one was clear. 7-point lead again for Appleton East.
Then we mentioned also on East, Delaney Clark, the Wayne State recruit. That's Division II. Speaking of Delaney Clark, rims out. And a good hard rebound. Oh, Jackie Seligowski.
Oh, the ball's going to stay with Appleton East, but it's a jump ball.
Seligowski, a 5'9" junior forward, working hard underneath. But the tie-up, you're right, Ricardo. Emily LaChapelle is going to inbound the basketball. Hey, it was a good look by Josie Neubauer. Just couldn't get the fall. The rim a little bit unkind for the Patriots here tonight. Had some good looks. Ooh, deep three, rainbow shot.
Hansford with the rebound.
Emma Krieger firing up a three that little off target. Good take by, Neubauer off of the dish, Ricardo, from LaChapelle.
They all can shoot, Brett. I mean, that's something you got to defend every inch of the court with this Appleton East team.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, if you give them too much space, they're going to take it. But what do? Then you come out on them. You better have some help defense because that step, they're quick as well, and they can get by you.
Oh, that was a nice play by Delaney Clark. She didn't even see that inbound pass. You saw her, the girl, she was covering her eyes and went for that ball. As that's LaChapelle, and there we go.
That was a deep three, Ricardo. But again, too much space. And just like that, it's a 13-point game.
And there's a bit of you see Appleton East here. They're a little bit of a streaky team, so they hit a bunch of three-point shots to start. A little bit of a lull. Bayport kind of battles its way back, and then another barrage of threes. And that leads now, 13 points now?
13 points, and it was just down to, what was it, 3-point game at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was, at one point, it was 19 to 15, Brett, actually.
4-point game?
Yeah. So, but then I'm looking here, and I'm seeing what? And let's see if we have the same with your scorebook, Brett. 1, 2.
I got 6 threes for
okay,
the
that's about
right
what
now.
that's what I have too. So
La Chapelle has 2, Clark has 2, Kennedy has 1, and Neubauer has 1. La Chapelle now 9 points for the Patriots. Clark with 6, Kennedy with 3, Neubauer with 7, and Lowry with 3. Looking at
they have La Chapelle with 8 points.
I've got her with 9 because of a made free throw as well.
Yeah.
Don't look at the scoreboard.
Okay.
We've learned that. My book is never wrong, Ricardo.
I do have a made free throw. You're right, Brett. I have it right here in my scoring.
My book is never wrong. Blocked by La
Get
Chapelle.
it out of here. Boy, she's an all-around player, Brett. I think she led the team in rebounding, assists, and points last year.
It's going to be really interesting to see where she ends up choosing to go to school and where Lily Hansford as well. Hansford's still not even in the scoring column yet, Ricardo.
And she's arguably their top three-point shooter.
Yeah. I'm sure she's going to get a few points here when it's all said and done. Good 3-ball by Emma Krieger, just, again, offline. There's Hansford right there off the dish.
No good. Nice rebound, though.
Boy, nobody there.
Yeah.
And that was number 32, Kellen Kennedy with the rebound. I think she was surprised at how she was all by herself, kind of.
She's probably a little surprised that Hansford missed that open shot.
Starting to do a little bit of a little shot fake, and there was nobody there. She could have gone up right away and had an easy bucket, but here a chance to get in the scoring column with a couple free throws.
So now Appleton East is going to double up Bayport, Brett. Again, like you said, at one point it was 19-15.
But like you said, how quickly those threes come, and when they're starting to knock them down, and we've seen this before from Appleton East, it is tough with so many players that can shoot it.
Second shot does not fall.
It's kind of like a pick your poison. You want to double up on La Chapelle, then Hansford or Clark or some of these others can do. You want to, same thing. You want to double up on Hansford, then you're going to leave La Chapelle and Clark and Kennedy and Neubauer. All those they have triples as well tonight. So good luck. But too many empty trips for the Pirates with all these turnovers. Ooh, block! Wow, Hansford with the block, and she's going to go right up, left hand, and in. That's her first bucket. So she gets the block and the bucket. She blocked Seligowski. And, 16-point advantage already for Appleton East. And they're going to get number 5, Jordan Shaden, with the foul. Got 16 fouls right now for Bayport and 4 for the Patriots. I'm looking forward to seeing Appleton East later in the year. I know there's a game on your radar, I believe. Beaver Dam comes.
Appleton East goes to Beaver Dam on, I want to say January 9th. And then Beaver Dam, you got to give it up for Beaver Dam. Coach Chase, they have some of the hardest schedule I think I've seen. And then they play Kimberly, later in the month of January.
At Kimberly.
That's the one that we should consider.
Yeah, because you're going to have a Kimberly squad that could be ranked number 1, number 2. They're number 2 right now in the coaches poll, Division 1. Appleton East number 3, but Beaver Dam the number 1 team in Division 2, and by many observers' thoughts, maybe the best overall team in the state on the girls' side. So that, no wonder why Beaver Dam goes year in and year out when they're playing a schedule like that and playing some of the top teams in the FVA this year.
It's one thing for a team to rattle up 24 wins against half the wins are against tomato cans, but not Beaver Dam. Give them credit. They purposely challenge teams. Brett, last year they played Aquinas. I think Aquinas beat them. So they're playing everyone, any division. They played Xavier. They really took care of Xavier, and Xavier's a pretty good Division III team in our area.
Yeah.
So they're give them kudos. They don't put any easy victories on their schedule.
No, that's what you got to do, right? Even if those games end up with an L, which is rare for Beaver Dam, they're program builders, team builders, and they're just going to get you battle tested when it does come to tournament time. Vandiat with a triple for the Pirates. It's funny, though, you look at Beaver Dam, nice town. We go past it every time we're going down to Madison on 151, but it just seems strange that why does that town have that type of a program as Kennedy, another triple for her. That's her second. Funny how that it just works that way.
3-point basket, no good, and that's Hansford again with the rebound for Appleton East.
We were talking about that a little bit last night with somebody at West Pier, and he played back in the day for Denmark, I believe is where he said, and that was in the old Olympian Conference. And he played at the same time when Valders, back in the early to mid-'80s, went back-to-back Class B state runner-ups.
Yeah.
And Dick Nelson was the coach. The Crystal brothers were standouts. And it's like, again, I have family from Valders. Why would that little town have that type of a run? You know, it's just kind of funny how a class can come together. Randolph, that great run on the boys' side.
Yeah, that was a good decade-long run.
Jeez, I mean.
The Steemsma
and Tillamook, and a couple Tillamoos, I think, came through there. It's one thing to understand when it's bigger programs like East or Bayport, Kimberly, Neenah, Hortonville, you know, we've seen some success, Oshkosh schools, but when it's a small town and how that they get something going. And Beaver Dam's fun to watch as La Chapelle off the glass, and that's how the first half comes to a close here at Appleton East High School. 34-18, the lead at the break for the Patriots.
Again, a first half, I think, for Appleton East, a pretty solid first half. Only 3 turnovers. I have them down for Bayport. The big bugaboo for them is the turnovers. Yeah. I have them, Brett, down for 13 turnovers. And I'm sure that's something that Coach Gladwell is going to try to get cleaned up, because at one point, again, they got it down to a 4-point deficit. And then just like that, Appleton East exploded, and they outscored them. Let's see, what was this? 15-3, Brett, to close out the half.
Yeah, what a run for the Pirates in these last 2 seasons. Now, we mentioned Dennis Gladwell in his first season as the Bayport head coach after serving as an assistant under Katie Coleman, who did just a fantastic job. Not only building the program, but elevating it to the elite, one of the gold standard, as you like to say, the platinum programs.
That's right.
But she earlier in the fall decided to step down as a Pirates coach. Gladwell is part of a coaching staff that led the Pirates to state tournament appearances in each of the past 2 seasons, that, of course, included a Division I state championship in 2019. Last season's tournament ended up being canceled, as we mentioned before, because of, I'm tired of saying it, COVID-19. I am sick of saying that.
Yeah.
The Pirates knocked off Kimberly 56-34 in a sectional championship last season. That's a game Rosie and I streamed together. That was at Green Bay West High School. Great setup at Green Bay West if you've ever been in that gym.
Yeah.
Really nice. Finished 24-2 overall last year. But then the year before, their state championship year, 27-1. And remember that memorable title game, beating Middleton on Emma Nagel's basket near the buzzer, I believe.
Heck of a play.
Were you covering that game?
No, I wasn't, but I was there watching it, though.
but what a run they had then last year. Remember, Emma got hurt earlier in the season. Their standout player, who's now playing soccer.
Yeah, actually within the first week, she got hurt and was lost for the season.
So we naturally thought, "Ooh, boy, that's a big blow for Bayport. That's really going to probably hurt their shot." And what did they do? They just roll right through and go 24-2 and back to the state tournament. So a fantastic program, and you got to give, again, these 2 programs credit for meeting each other, Joe LaChapelle and scheduling Bayport to come down to Appleton on a cold, snowy evening in northeast Wisconsin.
Brett, if you don't mind, if I could quickly kind of stay in the realm and in the area of high school basketball before we talk a little bit about your Packers in the show. Want to talk about the Fab Five that we're going to be working on. I should say Rosie will be working on. Hopefully getting those put together before Christmas. These are the 5 seniors for both the boys and the girls teams to look for this season. I know the season's ongoing, but we're going to try to get them out and showcase these kids both digitally and in print. Let's start with the girls' side because we are watching the girls' basketball game. We have from Freedom, Gabby Johnson, Callie Genke. From Notre Dame, Samuel Pichko. We mentioned her earlier in the live stream. Maddie Schreiber from Kimberly is on the team, along with Chloe Van Zeelen. And Brent, I count 4 1,000-point scorers there. I think the only one who has not reached 1,000 is Gabby Johnson. She might reach that this year. I'm not sure. But that's an incredible Fab Five there. Now, for the girls' side. For the boys' side, we have Parker Lawrence from Hortonville, Sam Hayes from Wrightstown, Mason Dorn from Seymour, Grant Asman from Kimberly, and Preston Rudinger from Lawrence. So, by the way, Mason Dorn, Brett, what's he doing over there?
What is he doing? What did he have last night?
51 points. And if I had somebody had alerted me, no 3 points, no 3-pointers. That's 23. If I remember right, 23 of 29 shooting.
Wow.
And he only went to the and I think he only went to the line 5 times. So yeah, that makes sense. 5 free throws, 23 field goals. That's 46 plus 5. It's 51.
Wow.
Can you believe that? Not to have a 3-pointer.
No kidding.
In this day and age, where everyone shoots a 3-pointer,
because he's a kid that can knock down some shots from beyond the arc. So
that was a big win for them over Shawano. But Brett, 51 points. Are you kidding me? Without a 3-pointer,
he's trying to get to Mickey Crow level.
And the thing is, and look, he's a great kid. We had him in again. I mentioned he was in the Fab 5. I think he averaged 26 or something points last year. It was around the mid-20s range. But he came in. The kid is very humble. He's a good kid. And no sense of he's not braggadocious. There's no all me. He's very, very, very humble. Good kid to talk to. Was very respectful of the other 4 players there. And it appeared that all the other 4 players really, really liked him too. So it's a kid that really rubs people the right way, Brett. Good kid, Mason Dorn, and maybe the most prolific scorer in our area since Jordan McCabe, maybe.
He's got to have 1,000 points for his career, right?
Oh, I have to double check that, but yeah, that's just an incredible. I'll probably have to go do a story on that kid sometime soon because he's putting up crazy numbers. He must be averaging mid-30s now for points per game because Seymour's played a couple now.
He's going to try to do what Jacob Ignacevic did for Sheboygan Lutheran last year and become only Well, Jacob became only the 3rd player in state history to hit 1,000 for a single season, joining Anthony Pieper and Mickey Crow. So maybe Mason Dorn can join that elusive club as well.
Well, Brett, one more thing before we do get to your I want you to talk about Clubhouse Live and the great show we got coming up this Monday. Real quick, for those of you who are interested, what the heck happened? Where's the All-State football team? The coaches team did not have an All-State coaches team, and they're not doing one until the spring, and that's going to encompass both the fall and the spring seasons. The Associated Press, they decided last week, and I'm one of the voters, along with Mike Sherry on our staff, Brett. We decided to have a fall and spring all-state football team, I should say. That's going to be we've already done the voting. Now people got to write the stories and stuff, but that's going to be announced next week. So please check for that and any of the Gannett sites, postcrescent.com, greenbaypressgazette.com. To see if your favorite athlete made the All-State football team, the Associated Press. Brett, it's a little different. Associated Press All-State football team kind of follows a traditional football team. You got 11 positions, or you know what I mean, or anywhere from 11 to 14 players on each side of the ball for both teams. You're not seeing 40 first-team members or anything silly like that. So please check it out. It's really, really, an exclusive kind of team to make, in our opinion.
Good stuff. Speaking of good stuff, Clubhouse Live Monday night. That's our weekly Packers show with Green Bay Packers wide receiver Alan Lazard. He's our co-host this season. Have to do it virtually for obvious reasons. But Monday's show, 6:30 p.m. start time, we're going to have 2 guests on. It's going to be cornerback night as Kevin King and Jair Alexander are going to join all the fun. You can watch it on any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites and Facebook pages. Also on Packers News, facebook.com/Packers News, and give us a like at facebook.com/Clubhouse Live. You can register to win prizes by giving our Facebook page a like. And this past Monday, we just had safety night. We had Darnell Savage and Adrian Amos. Now Jair Alexander and Kevin King coming up. So see if we talk about a big Packers victory over the Lions, get to that number 10 mark, or the number 10 win mark on the season. But it's been great getting to know Alan Lazard. And again, check it out live online. You can ask questions in real time through either Facebook comments or our live chat on any of our websites.
Let me tell you, Brett, and I'm saying this, I'm not trying to fluff our own show or to give any more credit to Alan Lazard as he needs. You know, I'm a Bears fan, so I don't have to do this, but the guy's a great guy. I can't say enough good things about him, Brett, and he is getting us fantastic guests.
Yeah.
I mean, to get the entire defensive backfield of the Green Bay Packers on back-to-back weeks, first off, that's never been done. We've never had that kind of complete starters come in from a unit, Brett, but that is That is Alan, though. He really works with us well. I know you like him a lot. He gets his stuff, or he replies to you on time. The communication process is good with him.
Fantastic.
I can't speak highly enough about him. He's a great guy. Anybody out there? This is coming from a Bears fan. He's a great guy. No doubt about it.
He's a Midwestern guy. He's
a Midwestern guy.
So
from Iowa State.
Iowa State, but grew up in the great state of Iowa. So yeah, it's been fun, and he's an impactful player. But I know the Packers are being very careful with him as he comes back from that core muscle surgery, and this will be, I think, game number 4. But they're still going to keep him on a limited snap count as they gear up for the playoffs, which is probably a smart move at this point. So, but yeah, it is a little bit easier to get guests though when you can just say, oh, you just got to sit home and log in instead of hopping in that limo and making that long ride, right? That 25-minute ride from the stadium
long ride, but they're in the lap of luxury. Come on.
It's an easy ride down Highway 41. But yeah, check us out virtually. It's an award-winning Clubhouse Live. And again, next Tuesday and next Friday are our next Game of the Week live streams. Tuesday, we're going to stick on the girls' side to Kimberly and Kaukauna, the Battle of K-Town. Joe Russum, now the head coach for the Galloping Ghosts, who led the Appleton North team to back-to-back state titles not all that long ago, and has a nice team with the Ghosts. And then going back to Kimberly on Friday night for the game of the night in the state. Kimberly and Neenah, 2 of the top programs
Very
in
excited
Division
for that.
1. So
that's next
Friday night.
Next Friday.
So I'm looking forward to a couple of games. It'd be fun to kind of stream Kimberly again. We haven't seen the paper maker since last basketball season. And then eventually we'll hop back into spring football and do all those teams, including Bayport, hopefully, Fond du Lac, Kimberly, Appleton North, all those teams as they get going here. Hey, let me run down the scoring before we get going. For Appleton East, Hansford with 2, La Chapelle with 8, Clark with 6, Kennedy with 7, Neubauer with 7, and Lowry with 3. For Bayport, Seligowski with 3, Emma Krieger with 3, Hendricks with 3, McDermott with 4, Van Diot with 3, and Fisher with 2. As the second half underway here at Appleton East High School. Oh boy, don't say that too loud.
Not the Appleton East fans. They won't like that.
No, they won't like that at all.
Look
wow.
at Hansford putting it up. No good, though, as there's a scrum for the ball. And looks like possession will go to Bayport.
But definitely thank you again to Tim Zackow. I see him sitting over there watching the action, the athletic director here, longtime athletic director, making sure we had a spot. Also Brian Durkee, the IT guru, and his staff for setting us up. We appreciate him. And Jim Fossbender and his crew, building facilities. Tom working with those guys, an all-out effort to make sure that we were set up here and ready to go tonight. So we like coming here. It's a good venue. Kind of that old-school feel.
But I do like Appleton East to set up here. They have the double stands here on both sides.
When this gym is packed, it's a tough atmosphere to play. You got bleachers on both sides of the balcony. I've been here for some regional sectional games where it's just a packed house. It is loud and a great spot to watch high school basketball.
I'll tell you a story after we get the next break in action, Brett. I saw a very critical sectional final, I want to say, game here. As Bayport.
Seligowski. I'm starting to get it a little bit better.
But I saw the great Valder-Xavier sectional final game here that came down to the final shot. Great Xavier team taken out by a great Valder's team.
Yes, that stopped the Xavier winning streak, right? As Hansford hits a big three-point basket for her.
And
first
Brett,
one of the night.
Let me tell you, it was so packed in here with both communities. My son was here. He had never seen a basketball game quite like that. We were here on the side here by the baseline. It was just packed. It was the excitement was palpable. You could just cut it with a knife. The tension. It was great experience.
What's a neat characteristic about this gym is it's big, but it doesn't feel big.
No,
because
exactly.
You look at past each baseline. There's not a whole lot of room, so it's really compact. At the same time, with being able to sit a lot of people because of all the bleacher space in the balconies.
And I think and I'm not picking on Appleton North as we see a 3-point attempt here. No good. Delaney Clark with the rebound. But when, you get a packed house at Appleton North, it's not the same feel.
A little different, I know.
Yeah, because that's more of a field house. Where Appleton West actually with Dick Emanuel is kind of similar though in that way too.
They do have some bleacher seats behind one of the baskets, but that's an older feel, older school feel. I mean, Appleton North's a nice gym too, but this just, I've been here for some electric games as well, and I remember actually one of the games that comes to my mind being here at Appleton East as Bayport will keep possession of the basketball. It was right after Little Chute during Kenny Lowe and Turner Botts' junior. You remember they lost to Xavier, but then they were reinstated after that.
Oh, right.
That snafu with Xavier had an ineligible player on its roster. I think it was because they were playing like a CYO game or something, if memory serves. But they ended up coming back, then Little Chute coming in and playing FBL here. And it was the media attention because of Little Chute was reinstated. They had the Division I prospects with Turner Botts and Kenneth Lowe. And then your FBL, and it was a really close, tight game, and this place was a zoo. And it's just the intensity. It's a great, and then with those great Appleton East boys teams.
Yes, with Johnny Coonan.
Yes.
And Coach Milky.
The atmosphere here in the student section, it's a fun place to come. And I guess from us, since we're based in Appleton, it's an easy place to go.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice spin.
Oh,
that was a nice
rimmed
move
out.
by Neubauer. Just couldn't get it to fall. Triple teamed as Sophie Vandiat gets fouled hard, and she'll be going to the line.
Yeah, that was Lowry with the foul, Brett, her second.
Vandiat with the 3 first half points. Another good place to watch a game, and we've done a couple streams, I think, over the years, but I have been in there in the gym a few more times. That is Bayport. That's a really nice facility. Wish we could get up there a little bit more. Trying to think, we did stream a Little Chute Xavier boys. That might have been a regional final a few years back. Kurt Schomer helped on the webcast. You weren't able to make it.
Was I wrestling boy?
You might have been wrestling boy, and of course Kurt Schomer, the head coach at New London, former Little Chute star. Way back when. I think he actually has a couple kids now. I'm starting to get old. But I love going to Bayport. Football field too. Brian Mott's a great athletic director, and wow.
Whoa. That was interesting. As was that Gronert,
and was that Vandiat and Gronert?
Yeah. Gronert throwing her to the floor as they were both going for that rebound. Gronert showing some strength there.
Yeah. It's always good to go up to Bayport and see Chris Learman, who's sensational at what he does and so helpful. So we appreciate his friendship.
And that's a turnover for Bayport.
I miss the fans, though. I miss the fans. Last night was seemed a little bit more energy than here tonight, but I think Kimberly next week does allow some fans, so that'll be nice to have a little chatter in the gym.
Look at LaChapelle, the quick turnaround.
Left hand too, Ricardo.
.20 lead for the Patriots. And that's some good help defense there, Brett. That was Neubauer coming in from behind, trying to bracket a drive to the basket. Bayport trying to chip into that 20-point lead, or deficit, I should say. Look at that.
LaChapelle holding her own and blocking the shot of Emma Krieger. And then on the run, the Patriots in transition, and look at that. That's number 4, Sammy Byer, her first basket of the night. And the Patriots well in command of this one, 42-19.
It's interesting, Brett. We saw the last time, in my opinion, Appleton East was at this level was in the Mikulkevich days, Marissa Mikulkevich.
Oh, wow, yeah.
They were a much different team. They weren't really the three-point shooting team. They had Mikulkevich down low, the 6'1" standout, and she kind of powered that team, Brett. But it's good to see Appleton East back and being on one of the top teams in the state. As LaChapelle able to get that rebound. She's had a solid game overall, Brett.
Yeah, she got 11 points so far. You know, the experience we talk about, they play well together. I mean, they share the ball well, and look at that, LaChapelle splash, moving the ball, everybody taking their turns, nobody forcing the issue, and there's another timeout for Dennis Gladwell and Bayport. But that's where you can see that experience, and you know these kids, I'm sure, probably played on the same youth clubs and all that sort of stuff, and they're just a well-oiled machine right now. It's kind of funny that Joe LaChapelle was lamenting that just not playing well. That's coach speak. And if he's going to watch this replay tonight, I'm going to say, come on, coach.
Well, you know, Brett, if I could talk about that Appleton East team back in the day, remember that was when they had the Super Tuesday sectionals.
A terrible experiment.
Appleton East would have been at state.
Yes.
But no, they only had the super regionals or whatever, so that would have been a quarterfinal at Madison. But that was the year that they axed the Division I quarterfinals to have the Division V team, I guess, division in there, which I think is still silly in my opinion, because Wisconsin's just not big enough to have 5 divisions. I'm going to get some small school hate, Brett.
How about 7 divisions in football, right?
Why don't we have 20 divisions? Why don't we have everyone be a champ?
I tell you.
See what is that? 12:31. I see.
12:37 remaining.
12:37. Okay.
Yeah, give Ricardo a follow at PC Ricardo. I'm at PC Brett C. Don't forget about our partner in crime here, Jim Rosandick. He's at Metal Rosie, METALROSIE, because
right.
he is a big heavy metal fan. And they're going to get number 22,
Falls on number 22,
Abby Gronert.
Abby Gronert. That is her second personal foul. Appleton East, 4th team foul.
4th team foul for the Patriots. No fouls yet this half for the Pirates. Yeah, you mentioned that Super Tuesday, Ricardo boy.
I see what they were trying to do, but it just wasn't implemented
But
well.
it took away some of those great sectional venues too.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice basket.
Basket is good by number 32.
Erin Simpkins, her first bucket going reverse underneath. But you remember, like, the Brown County Arena was
Love
so
that
fun.
arena.
Or
I mean, that place was a dump. Don't get me wrong, but it was fun to watch the
yeah,
game there.
Not even there anymore. Have you seen what they're building?
Oh, they built something else there. That's right.
That's huge. It really looks sharp. Good-looking shot by
Fire.
Byer. Just couldn't get it to fall. But Kolf Sports Center at UW Oshkosh was a fantastic venue. I mean, it was just too bad. And how about that? Simpkins with a triple. Oh, they're going to say 2. Toe was on the line.
Both their baskets have come in the second half as that is give and
Great
go.
basketball. Nice feed. Beautiful team ball. LaChapelle with the layup.
She was quick to point to the teammates for helping her on that one. And that's when Appleton is at their best, playing as a team, communicating well, hitting those outside shots, tough to beat. Look at that, tough. Is that Gronert again? Man, she's all over the place.
Checking back in for Appleton
Getting
East
some tweets here.
is Howard and Hansford.
Tinkers to Chance, our friend.
Number 25, Sophie.
He's tweeting to you, who do the Chicago Bears have tomorrow? You and PC Bretzi, give us your best euchre here.
They play another bad team in the Houston Texans.
and you'll be watching.
Of course I'll be watching because I support my team even if they're playing terribly.
Is that the noon game? Is that going to precede the Packers line?
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. So we'll be watching that game, and then the 325 Packer Lions.
Great team ball again.
Oh, look at that.
Jeez.
You know Hansford? She has a real nice running left-hander. That
little floater there.
Yeah. I can see why she's D1.
Yeah.
D1 recruit.
She's got 7 points.
She has long arms, and they're not gangly or anything. She has very good control of her body.
That's the thing. Again, what I'm saying is so much experience in how they share the basketball, and nobody cares who's scoring. They all taking their turns, and they spread the floor well.
Speaking of, and I'll get to this after we see what happens here with Gronert. Missed 3-point attempt. Brett, did you see for Kansas State, Taylor Lauterbach?
Oh, sure.
The 6'7" Appleton West is playing significant minutes.
Good for her.
And she's doing very well. You know, we kind of thought, look, she has all the potential in the world, 6'7". You can't coach that.
That's good team ball there, too.
But
Emma Krieger with the
she's
basket.
a true freshman. we thought that she was maybe a year or two away. No, she's contributing right away. So Lauterbach, congratulations to her and her family. Kansas State, she's looking to really be a special player there.
Good for her, and I'm sure being on the campus, working out, little college weight program as Hansford. So that was always the thing about Taylor, kind of a slim build, but they put some muscle on, and good for her for getting some minutes. It's fun to always see the kids doing well at the next level. Of course, I've been watching some games with West Virginia and Jordan McCabe.
Well, speaking of holding their own, how about Tyrese Halliburton playing yesterday?
Stealing a dunk.
I was so excited to see that, and boy, you can't. He's a friend of the Varsity Roundtable show, Brett. Not too long ago, just 2 years ago, he was on the show with Jordan McCabe and Sydney Levy and Quincy Anderson, I think his name was.
Yeah, where did Cindy transferred, right? From
she's at GB.
From Milwaukee to GB.
Yes.
So she's sitting out this year, I take it then.
That was the show of champions, Brett.
Yeah, you had Oshkosh North winning D1 that year on the boys' side, Kaukauna D2, and then, of course, Appleton North winning the D1 girls' title. A lot of hardware in the Fox Valley Association that season. Might see that again this year. Boy, Rainbow. That was Emma Krieger and Bayport now with Sophie Van Diot missing from the top of the key, 49-25.
And we're talking about great kids, Brett. We're talking about Mason Dorn, who, by the way, his dad just texted me asking me when the Fab Five was going to be out. So
let's go, guys. Let's go.
Rosie has a lot on his plate, so I told him that it was supposed to be, hopefully before Christmas. But speaking of Tyrese Halliburton, I remember it was a late night at Perkins, I want to say a year and a half ago, and I was there with the significant other. And Tyrese happened to come in real late. It was like 11:30 with some of his friends. And I talked with him. This was his freshman year at Iowa State. And couldn't have been more affable. We were laughing and talking about, how well he's been doing. And you just can't help but root for the kid. He's a good kid.
Real good kid. Very just down to earth. Always has a great outlook on everything. He's going to do well at the next level.
As you know, his dad is a well-known official, as you know.
John, right? John Halliburton.
So you've seen him around. Yeah,
he's a character.
Sure.
I tell you what, being a big San Antonio Spurs fan, Halliburton was there for the Spurs, the pick before the Kings took him. I was thinking, oh, please.
Well, were the Spurs looking for a guard, though? I don't know.
No, not really.
Yeah, so it's a lot of it is about what you need on the team.
But I thought because he was the best player available on the board at that time, at least that's how he was ranked, I thought, oh, this would be awesome.
That would have been fun.
The Oshkosh kid going to the Spurs, but
that would have been fun.
Not to be. So he'll go to Sacramento, and hopefully the King can get something going. I don't hear much about the Kings, do you? They had that little run with Chris Webber. Remember, there was Vlade Divac on that team, and
they had those two goofy owners. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. God, I can't remember their names, but the Waloofs or something. Yeah. Those guys are just really, I guess, lack of a better description, eccentric. I guess
Jason Williams on that team.
Maybe. And then they've kind of fallen off. But you know what? Same thing for Golden State until.
Well, they were banged up big time last year.
Right, but they were terrible for a while though.
Oh yeah, and then became dominant.
Curry came. Yep.
Well, and then now Klay Thompson, he's out again for another season. And we'll see about the Bucks. Bucks have championship aspirations. Is Giannis going to sign the Supermax, or will he forego that? Still to be determined. Woo.
Would you like for that to be done relatively soon as Hansford?
Nice offensive rebound. There's nobody there, and easy putback for her. She's got 9.
Oh, nice steal. Byer.
Yeah, Sammy Byer going to go up and in, and that's 5 second-half points for Byer. All Appleton East here in this one. That's going to be a tie. Oh, a travel.
Yep, and that was great defensive handiwork there by LaChapelle. She grabbed a hold of that ball and triggered the travel. That's the 5th turnover in the second half for Bayport. (53-25), and that's a turnover for East. Seven-minute mark here left in the second half. Look at that. LaChapelle.
Oh, between the legs.
Boy, she's fun to watch. It's always great to watch great players perform and operate at their best.
Well, smooth player, but a smooth team. I mean, they're all smooth. And here she's going to take another one from the top. Wow. Wow. That's her fourth three-point basket of the night.
19 points. It has her down for Brett, but I think you have it different.
I've got her at 19 now as well.
Okay.
So they must have fixed it. And here she comes again. She's going to kick it out to Hansford. Oh, they blew it. There must be something going on here.
Fouls number 10, Molly Krieger. That is her first personal, second team foul on Bayport.
56-25. Now the lead up to 31 points. Brett, I almost had to break out the abacus. My UW Milwaukee math there.
I'll admit, I was expecting a closer game tonight. I know Appleton East is a powerhouse this season, but a little bit of, again, a transition right now going on with the Pirates. That's clear. And let's see if they can put it together as December turns into January and everybody sort of kind of gets into a rhythm, wearing the masks and all that. I know you did a good story about how players are feeling wearing masks, the coaching change, all that stuff. It is a little shocking to see this being a 31-point game right now. I think you would agree.
Absolutely, Brett. And just because of the program that has been at a certain level for the Pirates, but like you said, this is just something. Most programs do have little dips, though. When you think about it. And I think we're just seeing one now for Bayport. Now, right now, it's Appleton East's time. It's the same thing for the rest of the FVA. Kimberly, Hortonville. It's just their time right now.
Well, and keep in mind, this is Appleton East's 7th game. This is only Bayport's 3rd.
Yes. So,
again, Bayport, at least when I was looking at on the schedule, had games. I have it written down here on the notes, but I think it was one of the Sheboygan schools and then Green Bay Preble. I think earlier games that were wiped from the schedule. I'm assuming because of COVID.
Boy, even the Bunnies aren't going in for it's just not their night. And we have a travel for Appleton East.
As you mentioned, the Patriots' only loss of the season was an 82-66 non-conference setback to Notre Dame. That was December 3rd. Triton's ranked number 2 in Division II. That'd be a fun game if you see Notre Dame and Beaver Dam go at it. Appleton East finished 20-5 last season, advanced to the sectional semifinal where it fell to DSHA, Divine Savior Holy Angels. 74-63. Patriots tied with Kimberly for second last season in the FVA, both with 14-4 records. Hortonville, the unbeaten FVA run. That's pretty impressive, going 18-0 with the Polar Bears. But yeah, Bayport has seen games against Green Bay Preble and Sheboygan South taken off the schedule. So one team has got certainly more games under its belt than the other, and I think that's part of it as well. And wow.
Look at Sammy Byer.
Have to add up all the three-point baskets. And Ricardo, those are deep threes.
Brett, we're talking about Hortonville a little bit. I know they're playing without a couple of their players. One of them specifically, Lexi Day. And, I don't want to look too much into it, but I do have some inside knowledge on that situation. Is that she just decided she didn't want to play.
Really?
Yeah, and
just had enough?
Just didn't want to do that, and it's someone who has made some decisions as a senior that I regret now, as in not playing certain sports. I certainly can empathize, but that's tough for Hortonville because, they took, I think it was Appleton East, they played Appleton East to the tilt. And that's a team that has designs in Division II as well this year. Last year they finished, a game shy of making it to the state tournament. Or actually, no, they were at the state tournament. They didn't get to play their game. That free throw is up and good.
Yeah, Van Diot. Well, it's interesting when you say that, Ricardo. Age brings wisdom, doesn't it? Because I can think of some things that I wished I would have maybe done a little bit different at that age as well. Decisions, nothing of getting in trouble, but, sports-related, extracurriculars. And at the time, you think it's the right decision. Maybe it is at the time, but yeah, you look back and at least I do, and it sounds like you do too. A little bit of a regret looking back, but your kids, and that's how you learn, and that's how you do gain that wisdom. But that's too bad to hear about Lexi. She's a good player. Again, be sure to join us next week. 2 varsity game of the week. Live streams coming up. Kimberly and Kakon on the girls' side on Tuesday. That'll be a 7:15 start for us. How about that transition? That's Vandiat with the bucket. And then
a couple of missed free throws, Brett, from Appleton East. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then Friday night, Nina and Kimberly boys. And that's going to be about a 7 o'clock. You know, it's hard to say exactly when we're going to go live because everything depends on the JV game before. But 2 real fun games in the FVA coming up.
Oh, that's a deep 3. Holy mackerel.
I thought that was going to go in for Kyla Hendricks.
It's an NBA level 3-pointer. It's all steal.
Vandiat. She's fouled, and she'll go to the line. That's the 19th foul for East, so 1-1 coming up for Vandiat.
Fouls number 15, William Golden. 1-1 for Bayport. Second back in for the Pirates, number 23, Taylor Larson. Also checking back in for the Pirates, number 12, Emma Krieger.
Mostly reserves in now for Appleton East. Brett.
Vandiat hits that one. She's having a nice game. She's got 9 points, looking to make it 10, and she does, so she hits double figures. Yeah, Chris Learman sending a tweet, Notre Dame and Beaver Dam in a sectional final, so they're in the same sectional.
Boom, that's going to be fun, Brett.
Well, that's too bad, though. Like he said, it's too bad they're not at state.
Yeah.
Like he said, super unfortunate that they are in the same sectional. That's just how it sometimes goes. You see some of these great, like 1 versus 2 in a sectional semifinals. This is the way it kind of works out. Ouch. Too bad there's not a way to spread that out a little bit better, but it is what it is, as they say. So that's going to be potentially a fantastic showdown, number 1 against number 2 in the state.
Brett, something that you might want to live stream? I'm sure there'll be other big-time games, though, that involve 2 area teams, possibly during that time.
That's too bad because Beaver Dam technically is not a USA Today Network Wisconsin team, is it? They're just right outside.
They're just right outside our coverage area. And Fond du Lac goes as far, towards Madison as Waupun.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. It'll all play out. State's gonna be very interesting, though.
But our Beaver Dam at Kimberly we could do.
Yeah.
I want to say it's January 30th.
We'll have to check it out. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to schedule 4 games a week.
Yeah.
We're going to do Clubhouse Live on Monday, game on Tuesday, game on Thursday, game on Friday, and game on Saturday. How's that sound?
It's a full schedule.
You guys okay with that?
I ask Rosie. It's not up to us.
Rosie's nodding his head. You know, if his wife is listening tonight, and I think she does watch these games, she's probably cursing me out right now. And now Rosie's nodding his head to me. Yes. I'm thinking we could do some games on Christmas Eve. How about that? Why not? The NBA plays on Christmas Day.
We'd like to bring some Christmas cheer.
Well, you should be getting in the Christmas spirit now. You got a little dusting to about an inch of snow. I even shoveled this morning.
You did? Why? It all melted by the time.
Not the way our driveway was situated. It needed to be cleared.
Gotcha. Okay.
It was heavy.
I thought you have the old snowblower.
I don't need a snowblower for a little bit of snow.
Oh, okay.
You kidding me?
Man,
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. I never use a snowblower. I don't know when you use it for.
Use it for when there's lots of snow.
Okay.
No, but it's funny you bring that up because I was looking at the neighbors, and none of them went out and shoveled. I'm thinking, why did I go out and shovel? And why are their driveways all clear? Why is mine all snowy? But we didn't get that much snow. It was maybe an inch at the most. Just enough to make me cranky because I, for one, don't like the snow. My wife, she's been begging for some snow because she wants to get in the Christmas spirit even more. And I'm like, I couldn't care less if I never see another snowflake ever again.
I'm with you on that.
Move me to Arizona.
Exactly.
Let me have a desert Christmas. That's one of my dreams.
Brett?
You and I think alike.
Oh,
there.
yeah, definitely.
I couldn't care less if it was never cold again. I don't need snow to enjoy Christmas.
Fine. I loved Arizona and the lower Utah so much. I'm going back out there in January, Brett. I just got to be out there.
That's yeah. I've never been out that way. I know it's pretty country though.
Beautiful. I got to see it all.
But I
fell in love with it.
I love the Southwest though. Love that Nevada, Hoover Dam area, Lake Mead.
Oh, I'm going to see Hoover Dam for the first time.
Yeah,
I can't
you'll
wait.
like
I'm
it.
very
It's
excited to see that.
Very impressive. It's one of those things where you're looking at it and you're like, I can't believe that's
Wow.
actually Hoover Dam right there. But yeah, I tell you, I don't need snow.
Yeah.
Don't want snow.
It's a good thing we're in Wisconsin.
Maybe we'll have a mild winter though.
Turnover for Appleton East. Actually, Appleton East has done very well, Brett. They have 8 total in the game, and I think a couple of these have come in, when they've had the backups in.
All I need, Ricardo, is a glass of eggnog, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, something good to eat, and that's Christmas for me. That's all I need. The rest of it,
You can take out the eggnog, put in hot chocolate, and then change the movie to Trading Places. Then I'd be down with you.
Home Alone, I like that. Elf, my wife likes Elf.
Elf's good.
But I don't need a real long Christmas either. All these people like putting their trees up in October and stuff. No way.
Well, I do like listening to Christmas music
I know
right after Halloween.
Yeah, that's way too early for me. Way too early.
You're not very jolly.
No, I don't need to be jolly.
Where's your holly, man? Come on. You're supposed to be full of holly.
Remember the reason for the season. That's the most important part. You don't need all this commercialized nonsense. And then it becomes January, and thankfully we can say goodbye to 2020, right?
That I do agree with.
Please let 2021 be a better year. Although you still got to count your blessings.
Oh, nice shot.
Yeah, that's Kyla Hendricks. She's got 5 on the night.
As we're into the last minute of this game, Brett.
Very, very impressive business-like approach by the Patriots. Turned it on when they had to. I had them down for, I think, 12 threes. And now just going to space it out, play a little keep away, and let this clock run out as the Patriots are going to prove to 6-1 on the season. Bayport will fall to 1-2.
Appleton East, by the way, with a decided rebounding advantage. I'm going to count this up quick. 32. I have 32 rebounds for Appleton East. Pretty fair number for the Patriots. And it was done by a whole lot of folks. I don't think there really was a clear leader in that respect. Spread throughout the entire roster.
Thank you to Chris Learman. It was great to chat with you on Twitter. Appreciate all your help. And he says, have a wonderful holiday to us. Same to you, Chris. Enjoy that little one.
Yeah. Always good to talk to him.
Yep.
As the final seconds tick off of tonight's game, and that'll be at 61-35, Appleton East. Looking great as the two teams wave at each other. That's all that you can do in the COVID-19 environment now. But, Brett, fantastic win for Appleton East. And Bayport, let's quickly talk about them. We talked about them throughout the live stream, talking about it's kind of a rebuilding thing for them, a first-year coach. They're going to be an improving team. They're going to take their lumps. They're going against an experienced Appleton East team, even though they're junior heavy. They are an experienced junior team, and that team, in my opinion, has the roster to do some things in the postseason. You saw it tonight. If they're hitting those three-pointers, if they're using those long arms and athleticism to clog the passing lanes and create what we have, I have them down for a bunch of takeaways here. I want to say 20-plus takeaways. You know, it's going to be very difficult to beat them when they're on. So kudos to Coach LaChapelle, and that great roster, that great Appleton East team. We're expecting to see a lot of good things from them throughout the year, Brett.
You're going to go down and talk to
some
folks. So where can folks find all your coverage and all that good stuff?
Postcrescent.com. That's where you'll find the roundup stories for tonight's Saturday results. Look for that. I'll have my little game thing. We'll have a little expanded stuff with quotes from LaChapelle and things like that, and a player or two. So that's where you can find it. Postcrescent.com, Brett.
Sounds good.
All right.
Ricardo.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you this week then, right? Monday. All right. See you guys.
Just adding up the scorebook, making sure everything at least adds up as it should. And I can run down the scoring in a bit as Ricardo's packing up, going to go downstairs. And let me run down the scoring first for the victorious Appleton East Patriots. Hansford with 9, Byer with 8, Golden with 2, LaChapelle with 19, Clark with 6, Kennedy with 7, Neubauer with 7, and Lowry with 3. For the Pirates, Seligowski with 3, Emma Krieger with 5, Hendricks with 5, McDermott with 4, Larson with 2, Vandiat with 10, Simpkins with 4, and Fisher with 2. With a victory, Appleton East improves to 6-1 on the season. Again, the Patriots ranked 3rd in the state in Division I. In this week's WisSports.net State Coaches Poll, the Pirates fall to 1-2 on the season. Up next for the Patriots, they're at Appleton North on Tuesday in a Fox Valley Association matchup. Tip-off is set for 7:30 p.m. As for the Pirates, they're at West Appear on Tuesday. That is a non-conference matchup. Tip time set for 7 p.m. As for us, our next live stream will be at Kimberly High School on Tuesday for, again, it's going to be a great girls basketball showdown as the Papermakers, ranked 2nd in Division I, take on rival Kaukauna, which is ranked 6th in Division II. It's the Battle of K-Town. Live coverage for us will tip off at approximately 7:15 p.m. on postcrescent.com. And again, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Just go to the sports section and scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. So for Ricardo and Rosie and the crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I am Brett Christopherson signing off from Appleton East High School, where once again the final score tonight, the Patriots 61 and the Pirates 35. Thanks for watching, everybody.